now we're at the time where the Hamashiach is getting ready to come.
And hidden riches of secret places, that thou mayest know that I am the Lord.
Last words, brother.
Shalom, ma.
All right.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom. All right. Shabbat shalom, Yasharel.
All right. Shabbat shalom, young boy. Shabbat shalom, Israel.
Yeah. All right. So y'all know what time it is here. We got the calendar up. But first of all, I want to welcome everybody. Welcome our holy, blessed Shabbat.
God.
And y'all already know the deal. You know, if you guys can hear us, go ahead and drop that one in the comment box.
God.
There we go. All right. We go through. Going through. Welcome to the brews.
That's right.
Come on here. All right, Israel. All right. Got a headbanger. Got a headbanger for you. Well, the name of the lesson is Dead in the Pit for the Wicked. Going to expose some coonery and some straight up wickedness going on in Israel, y'all. Y'all gonna know why we still here in captivity. But before we even do that, wanted to bring up the calendar. Now, you all know that the day is the 24th of the 9th month of Chislev. Can you see that calendar pretty good on there?
God, man, I can see it's clear.
All right. So, you know, the Feast of Dedication. Y'all know what the Feast of Dedication, those of you who've been following us for this time, the Feast of Dedication is all about when Judah Maccabees and the brethren had to run them old wicked Greeks out the temple.
That's right. Had to run that fade.
Temple.
Get them up out of there.
That's right. I got a lesson up too. Matter of fact, it's on my channel. I went ahead and put it on the returning members, subscribers, so that's the first video that pops up and everything. I did a lesson on the Feast of Dedication. It's a pretty good one. And then we have the new moon coming up. So make sure you take off on Thursday.
That's right.
New moon. So sunset, we'll do a lesson. You know, we'll come up with something nice. Give you something. Come fellowship with you guys on that day. So notice that this it's a week. It's an 8-day long event. So there's no feast Shabbats in this date. This is basically a feast of dedication, a celebration, a rejoice, praising of the Most High. So, you know, burn your menorahs. Get into those scriptures. Read about Judah Maccabees and how successful they were and everything. You know, this week, hey, spend time in the scriptures heavily. You know, especially learning about your forefathers. You know, because this is what this is all about. It's learning about our ancestors.
Do something for your brother.
Exactly. So you know, if you off, you know, that's cool, but it's not required. Like I said, there's no feast Shabbats other than the regular Shabbats, you know, the weekly Shabbats that we have. All right, and we do have a new moon again. We do have a new moon coming up next week, sunset on the 28th of the 9th month of Chislev. All right, Israel. So with that being said, we wanted to expose a few things, you know. So before we even get into it, now some of y'all know there's a brother by the name of, correct me if I get his name wrong, was it Marquise?
Yeah, Marquise Burton.
Marquise Burton. All right. So just to give you a little bit about him, we're gonna reveal some things so that you all won't be deceived, right? Open rebuke is better than secret love, Israel. So apparently, you know, he's one of many who loves to go around in Israel and deceive people. You know, he begs for a living. I hope he's listening right now because, you know, it's a good time for that brother to repent. Now I'm going to pull up an email that I got, and Brother Aton is going to, he got some things as well too. So apparently he sent an email out. He did a mass email he sent to everybody, right? And so in this email, he was begging people, all that kind of stuff for money, things like that. So, and he must have emailed like 50 people, and I was in that email. So what I did is I auto replied to everyone, warning them in this email. And you can see he responded like a couple of days later to me because he realized that I was in the mass email that he emailed trying to deceive people. And so I emailed him, and this is what he replied. Do y'all see the reply on there? If you look at the top, you'll see the reply that he replied back to me because he knows that he was in the wrong. But I just want to show you stuff like this because, you know, man, people just when people, especially Israel, when they're wicked like that, and we don't even know this dude. We know this dude ain't keeping the laws. We know that he's not. He's probably some Christian dude. That's even if he's that. We find out some information from him and everything, and this dude is working. This dude is working, and again, he's just one of those guys that go out and try to deceive Israel and begs for a living. He goes on so many people's channels begging for money. So if you see this guy, just let him know. We got some pictures of him as well too. Brother Aton got some screenshots and stuff. So, but I just want you to make sure you see that name on there. All right. The guy's name is Marquess Burton.
That's right.
What he goes by. All right.
Slakia, right? Well, Israel, the main reason why we wanted to bring this out, right, is because he's also came on our channel before and he's asked you guys for money, and he's also been in the comments and he's asked you guys for money, and the way we handled him, was very very sudden and very stern, and we want you guys to understand that, Brother Daniel and myself, we just don't go around just like handling each and every brother that way. It's always a reason. And so we're just bringing forth the receipts, sort of say, just to prove that you guys that see that these type of people, that if you ever see Brother Daniel or myself go very hard on a brother or sister, it's because from being and keeping the truth for a long time, we immediately, right, understand the seed of the devil, right? We immediately see an unclean spirit that has jumped out and that is jumping on our people right now. In the beginning, just like the scriptures say, right, you get our brother a chance, right? You give anyone a chance, but once you see that that person is wicked, right, you got to get that brother away from you, right? And then so we did some digging, right? And then the brother claimed to be homeless for 8 years, right? Now his scheme is that he's laid up in the bed somewhere and he has somebody film him, right, while he's in a hospital bed. And he says to go to the links to his channels, right, to go and see this, right? But Brother Daniel and myself, we had put out a post, right, on our community page, maybe about a week or two ago, right, revealing that 8 years ago, I guess it was, or maybe even a little longer, when he started his channel, on his second video, right, he went and he started asking Israel for money, right? He started asking Israel for money. So, and he says now that, his newest thing is that he's in the hospital and he's homeless, right? And he doesn't have any money. What he'll do, he'll try to email you guys and ask him if you have money to spare to give him, so he'll be able to make it to a homeless shelter, right? Hey, brother, do you have money for a bus ticket that I can spare, say that you could spare to give me to a bus ticket, what I mean, so I can get to this homeless shelter. Right now, these are like brothers, that are among our people that are like wolves in sheep's clothing, right? So, it's our job, right, as the Most High has blessed us, right, to reveal to the people, right, to reveal to the congregation of Israel when we have a wolf among us, right, because we're all sheep, right? We're all the sheep of the Most High, right? So we have to be able to identify these wolves that are among us and cast them out and rebuke them until they come into repentance. So as you see right here, right, Brother Daniel, he sent Brother Daniel sent a mass email, right? This brother, he had tried to ask for money, right? And Brother Daniel, and in his folly, right, because the Most High wanted to expose this brother, he accidentally left all the people that he was emailing asking for money. Right, so Brother Daniel had sent a mass email back, explaining to the people that this guy is a con artist, right? Don't get this guy, right? If you read the scriptures, you understand that just like Brother Daniel proved with the scriptures inside the email there, Sirach 40:28-30, right? We don't live a beggar's life there, So and the guy wrote back in a very F you stingy a bastard, right? that's wicked as hell. Now, what I do want to show you, Israel, is that this brother is working, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and share screen, right? Because these days in time, this is why it's important also for us to stay off these websites and things of that nature, right? Sharing your real name, right, or things like that, because like anything can pop up, right, anything can pop up, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and share this first. Now, this is him, right? This is him, right? Marquise Burton. He is a quality assurance at Food Lion. This is his little LinkedIn info. And then when you made back, like, this is like a little over a year recent picture of him, right? Now, this is the same brother, right? Now I'm gonna show another picture, right? Now, this is the guy that's begging for money, right? But he has a job and he's been homeless for 8 years, right? But he has a job. He's a Food Lion, right? So let's go ahead and get another profile. He also does poetry, believe it or not, right? So we found him on Instagram, right? We found him on Instagram too. This is him, right? Writing and performance poetry workshops. So this is him all together, right? So Salaki Israel. Let me pause that for a minute. How do we get rid of comments? I don't know, right? But this is the brother right here. Let me see if I can increase this a little bit. Oh, that's 400% Salakia. That might be a little bit too big. All right, let's try this again, Israel. Let's do fine. Okay, so this is him right here.
So I'm gonna close out with took out the church enough. So let's close out the church.
Now you see the date, right? This is September the 2nd. Now, this is not a man that's been homeless, right, for 8 years. Right? This is not a man that's been homeless for 8 years.
I don't know what you come to do.
I'm not even gonna right. I'm not even gonna go through that. But I just want you guys to see, right, that this is the same guy that's saying and going out there and he's begging for money, right? There's another one where I saw where he was saying something against God, right? These people don't believe, right? These are the same people from the same spirit, right, that spat on Hamashiach and saying, prophesy who hit you, right? This is that same spirit that they will actually come to a people like us and they will try to scam us.
That's how you know they don't have no fear.
Kind.
Because anytime they do stuff like that, these are the same people that would compromise the truth and everything. They won't even care. You can throw some pork in their face and they eat that stuff faster than a horse can eat an apple.
Time. It's just wickedness, right? So, you know, we just want to show you guys that whenever we get on somebody, right, the spirit is always going to let us know what time it is with them, right? This guy, he's not of the Most High, he's of the devil.
You know, and we're supposed to reveal for those who are trying to cheat and overcome or trying to get over Israel.
God.
You know, the apostles had to do the same thing. You know, with wicked brothers trying to get over on the people. You have to expose stuff like that. All right, because what happens if we don't? What happens if we don't expose and we know? You know, we're held accountable. It's just like we're doing it too because we're not saying nothing, we're not exposing it. So when that brother sent that email, I could not let that slide. I was like, no, everybody has to know. You know, and I have to show some stuff that proves that he is begging for money. Hey, brother, before you go anywhere, can you where you at right now in the scriptures?
1 Timothy 6:10.
Okay, when you go there, just pull up Ecclesiastes 40. Ecclesiastes 40.
All right. God.
After you finish that one.
All right. So you know, this is just a scripture, right? Because you know, it says, for the root, Salakia, for the love of money is the root of all evil. Right? It never says that money is evil. It says that the love of money is the root of all evil, right? Which means that, you know, the bottom line, right? The underline of him trying to defraud his people is wickedness. It's evilness, right? Which while some coveted after, they have erred from the faith. He knows about the Most High. You know, you can go to his YouTube page, you'll see him reading the scriptures. It's not like he doesn't know, right? These are people, you know, these are people with a reprobate mind that they can see the truth right in front of them, but they can't see the truth right in front of them, right? And after they have erred from the faith and have pierced themselves through with many sorrows, and that's what's going to happen to him, right? He's over there trying to defraud the brothers and sisters of the faith, begging, right? Saying that he's homeless, lying to the people. Man, the Most High is going to see that, right? And then for those that have been deceived and actually given alms to a brother that you thought in need, oh, all the better for you, brother and sister.
Mm-hmm.
Right? The Most High will pay you back.
Now, it's one thing if he was, if this was like a one-time thing and he was really trying and he was really struggling, and he was doing all he could to, hey, get on his feet, then that would be different. Okay, help the brother a couple of times. He's struggling, but this has been an ongoing thing for a long time. All right, it's become a hobby.
Con. Where we at, Doc? Where we
I
going
got
to?
it.
Iraq?
No, I got it. Yeah.
Oh, con.
So can you see it on the screen?
Con.
All right. So just to show you how serious this is, we are not to be out there begging Israel. That's just not. And what it does, it degrades his creation too. I mean, it just there's nothing worse than someone who just makes a living or just wastes their lives in begging. I got it. There are times where people need help. That's a totally different thing. All right. So let's look at Ecclesiastes 40, verse 20. It says, "My son, lead not a beggar's life, for it is better it is to die than to beg." I mean, that's hard hitting right there. It says, "The life of him that depends on another man's table is not to be counted for a life." So basically saying that you like what this brother's doing. He's out there begging. He ain't working for it. He ain't providing no service to anybody. He's just out there begging. All right. Life of him that depends on another man's table is not to be counted for a life, for he pollutes himself with other man's meat. But a wise man, well nurtured, will be aware thereof. Verse 30, "Begging is sweet in the mouth of the shameless." It's like Brother Aitan was saying earlier, this guy don't even care. He doesn't fear the Most High.
Man, you can tell by his physique he doesn't care. He's shameless.
Exactly. You can see that he's heavily overweight. It says, "But in his belly there shall burn a fire." Now, if this brother was in need, and if he was really that desperate for some money, and I've had this happen before, and somebody who's needed money, I was like, okay, instead of me giving you money, instead of me, I'll give you money, but how about you provide a service? I got some stuff that needs to be done in the yard. How about you say you want to borrow you say you want $300, right? All right. Well, we're gonna come and you're gonna do $300 worth of work. We're gonna agree. We're gonna agree what's $300 worth of work, and then we're gonna do that. But 100% of the times they never want to do that. Even when I offer people to do that, they don't want to do that because
remember in the scriptures, man. We used to do that and then release our brothers and sisters on the jubilees.
Mm-hmm.
If we were, let's say, for example, you had a brother or sister that was in the straits, right? They was having a hard time and they were broke, right?
Mm-hmm.
You will hire your brother and he'll work for you for 7 years as an indentured servant. And then, after that, you'll release him and his family and you'll pay them a lump sum to help them boy get started.
Exactly.
But our people, and that's righteous and that's from the laws, right? Nowadays, saying our brother and sister, man, they think they just look for handouts.
That's right.
Like
how you really break somebody, especially family members, break them. And we're not gonna get too far off on this, but if you ever want to break a family member for begging you for money all the time, you had that member that's always begging you for money. Have them come provide a service. Have them come wash your car. Says, okay, you want to borrow $50? How about you come over and wash my car? Give it a good detail, and I'll give you $50. Guarantee you they won't do it.
That's right. What I'm saying? That right there, you'll see what kind of genuine spirit they have.
Exactly.
Right. If they're worthy or not to get that $40 or $50 or $500, whatever you loaning them. And
then that tells you right there they don't want to work either. So if they rather beg, then they don't want to work. And that's the problem I have with beggars, because they'll spend all their energy begging, but then they don't want to even try to lift a finger to work.
It's wicked.
All right. So that's on that guy. We just wanted to reveal, I know some of y'all probably know who he is. Some of y'all probably was in the mass email. I don't know. But just in the future, be aware of this guy. We wanted to put this out, and we know this video is going to be posted, so people will come on and they'll be able to see what's going on. Now, there's another brother.
Well, I just want to make sure they see him. Just want to make sure they see this brother real quick. Right, this is him right here. Let me bleep out the sound. Right, this is him. All right, so y'all, this is, and you see the date right here, September 2nd. He's nice and jolly. Right, looks like the Black Santa up there, right? So he's good to go. He is not homeless. He's not in the hospital, right? He is good to go. He's not been homeless for the last 8 years. This is him. He's having a good time.
Yep.
All right.
All right, Israel. So there was another vid we're going to show you. What we're going to do is we're going to play it straight through. We're not going to even do a commentary first go around. We're just going to play it first through. At first, I thought, brother, Aton, man, somebody sent, I forgot the brother Yari or something like that who sent it to me, but one of the brothers sent it to me in the email.
Water. I appreciate that video, man. That was amazing.
Man. When I first saw it, I thought it was a joke. I'm like, man, nah, man.
Hey, man, you giving it away,
I'm like, man, this can't be real, man. Brother Aton was like, nah, man, I think it's real, man. I think they're serious.
Yeah. Hey, listen, Israel.
Let me cue it up right quick.
While Brother Daniel cues it up for us, right? We're gonna play it through one time, like he says. Yeah. And after we watch, after it's done, I just want y'all to, if y'all see anything wrong with this video, start commenting. We want to see, how much y'all pay attention, how much y'all know the laws, right? All praises to the Most High, right? So this is going to be a pop quiz, sort of, right? We're going to watch a video, right? And this is what, other brothers and sisters out there, they believe that they following the Most High God, right? So this is something for y'all to check out real quick. All right, you ready, Yacht?
Yeah, I'm about to cue it up. Right. Can you see that? Can you see that on there?
I can see it.
So it's the sound, you're gonna catch it, but it's because the playback and everything. Let's see, make sure this is on. All right, so just pay attention, y'all. We're gonna play it real through, and then we'll come back on it. Can you hear it?
Shalom, Israel. First, giving all praises to Yahweh Bashem Mashiach Yahushai. All praises due. Peace and salutations to the royal house of David. This is what it's all about. I know some of y'all out there
can you hear that?
Are cooking and eating, and we doing the same thing over here. If you having any reservations, I just want you to know that it is okay. All right. Scripture says in Romans chapter 14 that some men esteem one day above the next, and some men esteem one day all alike. We choose with a conscious choice to make this Yahushua day, and we do this in remembrance, all right, of our son and brother who died for Israel to reunite the northern and southern kingdom. And this is the symbol, all right, that we hold dear and will always hold dear throughout all eternity, all right. So anybody saying that we're worshiping Thanksgiving or we're uplifting the murder of Native Americans, that's a damn lie. We're not upholding any of that. We're changing the meaning of this day because we are beginning now to destroy the idols out of the land. We have no respect or no love for any fucking Thanksgiving. This is Yahushua Day. And every day that we celebrate, we're going to do this in remembrance of him. All right. So we might as well show you the spread. All right. And if y'all like, you can send me what y'all cooking. We're going to show y'all what we're getting ready to eat on. All right. Shalom. What we got here? We got some roast. What is that?
That's turkey.
Turkey. All right, that's the turkey. All right. All right. We got yellow corn with bacon. Black pepper. All right. We got fried cabbage. We got dirty rice. And over there we got cornbread dressing. Coming on around. What's this right here?
That is the pork roast.
This is pork roast.
That's the beef roast.
Cut up beef roast.
I just lost the
And this is my world famous. Look at that ham right there. Y'all see that? Y'all see that there? Do y'all see that there? All right. That's that ham. That ham was literally for about
You think it's wicked.
like a whole kind of glaze on there. All right. And, the mac and cheese. You wait, will that deepen up? The mac and cheese. My voice don't go no deeper. All right. We got that good mac and cheese going. So we are now going to what else you got something there? Well, what is it without gravy? Not there. Huh? Y'all see how brown that is?
Oh, that's
Go ahead and show them.
Shalom, everybody.
Shalom,
Peace
Mr.
and
Chef.
blessings to the family.
Peace and blessings. All praises.
Oh, you want to say hi?
Oh, yeah. We're modest. Check them out. Just want to show the cost.
Oh man.
Sweet potato cheesecake pie. What else we got? We got parfaits. We got parfaits. We got parfaits. We got banana. What is that? Banana, strawberry, blueberry, pineapples. What is that?
Banana pudding parfait.
Banana pudding parfait. All right. And what else? What else we got?
We have a carrot cake that's in here and a fruit pie.
Carrot cake, yeah. And a little nice hard lemonade to wash it down. How about that? How about that? What are you doing? Huh? What are you doing? Touch something.
Goddamn heathens up in there.
Oh shit!
They got heathens trying to rap it. Oh Lord.
Yeah. Salat. Not the dab. No. I want you to come. That just ain't your name no more. Yeah. Now dab. This is what he got to drink with two hands, monkey style. Yeah.
Oh man.
He's gonna guard this all night. See that?
Not a fringe in sight.
Sangria. All right. So yes, sir. That's about it for today. These are all of everybody who came out to celebrate with us today. All right, shalom. All praises to Yahweh Bashim Mashiach Yahweh Shah. All praises.
Oh man.
Let's have a
The
menorah
menorah don't even have candles in it. But
We're gonna let y'all go.
I'm gonna go ahead and quit it from here because
We're gonna lift up the name.
man.
Oh my God.
Oh man. Everybody was getting on them. Everybody's getting on them. Look, it ain't nothing that they can escape from. They're gonna take a day of Molech. A day of Molech. Y'all go do the research. Day of Molech is in honor of Thanksgiving. That's what Thanksgiving comes from. Day of Molech,
Wow, son.
child sacrifice. It goes way back. This is why, Israel, we're gonna remain in captivity for a good while. We're gonna be up in this peace for a minute because of brothers like that. All right. And if he's doing that, that means that there's a lot more brothers that are doing that. All right. Because you have a lot of these people who are coming into these Christian churches and they're still keeping the ways of Christianity and they're blending all that stuff in there, man. They're not keeping the commandments, not wearing no fringes, they're not honoring the feast days, they're not keeping the Shabbat, they're still eating pork, they're still eating everything that's against what the Most High said not to consume. All right. Right. And when I want to read these two out right quick. We got Israel, we're gonna be here all day. I mean, but we're just gonna hit a lot of the important stuff to you because again, everybody was already getting on them. If you look at the comment section on that video, Israel was tearing them up. All right. There's no excuse. They can't escape that. Isaiah 66:5, which remained among the graves and lodged in the mountains, which eat swine's flesh and brought an abomination things in their vessels. You can read the rest of that. Isaiah 66:17. They that sanctify themselves, purify themselves in the gardens behind one tree in the midst, eating swine's flesh. Why they got to hide to do it? Because they know it's an abomination. Abomination, and the mouse shall be consumed together, saith the Almighty. Israel, I mean, come on. There's no way you can justify that. You cannot use that verse where it talks about when Peter said that all things are good because they don't even know what it's talking about. They cherry pick one verse and they just exclude the whole law. It's ridiculous, y'all. It's ridiculous, bro. Go ahead and lead us out, brother. We go. Close this out.
Well, actually, I was gonna I wanted to pull up the damn channel they was on. Because I remember when they were responding, because you know what, Israel, man, we offered them to come on and explain, hey, man, we want to hear their reasoning, why they believe that it's okay to eat pork and that, those heathens were Israelites, that they could make up a day. It's talking about Thanksgiving is now being changed to the Most High Day. What? I mean, like, Israel, are you serious? These people are actually, I mean, like, that's crazy. That's crazy right there. Right? you know, and then they got you know, pork stew, right? Just pork everywhere, right? Just pork everywhere, right? And what does the scripture say? Matter of fact, man, let's go to Leviticus, Leviticus 11:7 real quick. Oh, let me share my screen. Salaki,
You
right?
pull it up or you got it?
God, let me see.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Con.
Yeah, and those of you been with us for a while, I mean, everything that we're going to show you, you should already know what's going on. Israel, we should, you know, man, we should. People have been following us. You should already be. You should, if you've been in this truth more than 4 years or more. You know, you should already be in a top grade level. All right, of understanding of what's going on, and I think that's why a lot of people were getting on them for getting on them boys. You know, and we did offer to debate them. You know, and we showed them what it said in Proverbs and Peter. You know, hey, if you believe that you can eat pork and get away with it, then prove it. You know, prove your cause.
Yeah, con.
You know,
right? That stuff is just I don't know, Israel. You know, for the life of me, I just cannot understand what the. I mean, like, what's going on, right? He said that World War III is coming, right? He said World War III is coming, and something else was happening. And he says, "What do you think? The Most High isn't going to care about a little bit of pork?" That's no, I'm serious, right?
Yeah,
That's
I know.
crazy.
Yes.
You know what?
Yes.
Right? You gotta remember now, our forefathers in Maccabees, he got skinned alive because he didn't want to eat pork. Right? Because what? That makes your soul abominable. Meaning that what? If your soul is abominable, you can't make it to the kingdom. It's
that's
simple.
the whole point. That's the whole point, Israel, and it's that simple. This is why we were not to mix with the heathens, and we're gonna get into that as well.
Let me get that,
because you make your seed, you make your seed abominable.
Let me see. Someone wanted to get. I can't find it. All right.
And in Israel, common sense. All right, you know, common sense. These brothers, you know, you can't justify. They try to use that, like I said, they try to use that verse in Peter, where it's talking about all things are good if it be received with thanksgiving. But what is to be received with thanksgiving? What is the blessed stuff that's to be received with thanksgiving? It is the clean foods that the Most High blessed us with. Those boys back then were keeping the law, so they already knew that. So there was no need to go into detail what that was talking about because they already knew what it was talking about. But you got these old Christian sanities that will take that and they think that it all of a sudden that abolishes everything, and they can go out there and eat anything they want to eat, but then they don't realize that your body becomes abominable, your soul becomes abominable if you don't repent and you keep that. Hamashiach comes back, you go to the grave. What's the first thing that doctors tell people to stay off when they get high blood pressure? Pork.
That's right.
Shrimp, all the bottom dwellers of the foods that the Most High said it was unclean. Are you going to Leviticus, brother, or are you?
No, Con, I wanted to show the.
I see. Okay, yeah. If you got that comment and everything, that'd be great.
Right. Oh, man.
Yeah, for some reason, I couldn't find it on my end.
Right. So here it is. Right. So it says, you know, of course, I don't, you know, like we don't deal with much. Like as soon as we see that, you know, you're a fool and there's no getting through, you know, we'll go ahead and hit you with Sirach 22 and 13, because you know, the more we deal with you, right, the more of a headache you're gonna give us, right, or the situation like that. Come on, man, this is it right here, right? So this is him, right? This is his response. He says, "Behold, the king shall be in righteousness. Behold, the priest shall rule in judgment," because he's saying that now we're in the time of judgment. No, we're not in the time of judgment. We're in the time of grace, right? If we're in the time of judgment, everyone that's a homosexual will be stoned to death. Yeah, everybody who's an adulteress will be stoned to death. You had sex before marriage, stoned to death. You know, like a lot of stuff will not be going on what's going on now, right? So, you know, we're just making that clear, right? You know, judgment day is when we're in judgment, you know, when the Most High decides to judge. Right now, we're in a time of grace.
And that judgment day is going to come when we go into the wilderness, because that's the time that Most High is going to purge out the rebels.
Time.
It ain't going to be no more grace time, because you know why? Because we're not going to be stuck up under our we're not going to be stuck up under our captivities. We're going to be under the direct order of the Mashiach.
God, that's right. Bring it out, right? And
You
then
ain't gonna
so
have you ain't gonna have no choice. So if you decide to try to go off in the wilderness and ain't nobody holding you back or nobody's being an influence on you, you're gonna get destroyed.
that's right.
Yep.
And he says, behold, the king shall, rule in judgment. He says, who's teaching y'all? And I don't know what he's talking about, right? He says, America is being judged as we speak, right? How do you not know that? You know what I'm saying? FEMA camps are open and WW3 has already started, and y'all worried about a baked ham. Okay, when you get to the kingdom, you tell you tell Hamashiach, you know what, Lord, I seen the FEMA camps are being open and World War III was started, and instead of praying, right, and instead of praying real hard and coming back to you and keeping the commandments to the damn best of my ability, I decided to make me some a pork jambalaya, right? I'm eating ham hocks, roast pork chop and everything with the heathens. Because that's what he's going to have to tell him. Right? That's the same thing that this brother is going to have to tell him. When the scriptures tell you plain, not once, but twice in the scriptures, in Leviticus and in Deuteronomy, right? In Leviticus and Deuteronomy 14, it tells you what? That you can't eat flesh. That you can't eat swine.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, right? I just want to make this clear, right? You cannot eat pig. That's just the bottom line. No matter what you do, you can't make up an unclean day, right, and then call it a holy day. That's not how the Most High works. The Most High set these days. These days are set apart for a reason. That's because they're holy into the eyes of the Most High. Because He's the only person that can make it holy. That's why you're supposed to be, you don't work or you don't do such and such on the holy days. That's because these things are set aside separately by the Most High God of our people. Man, you can't all of a sudden talk about something. I'm gonna make Thanksgiving a holy day. I'm gonna make it the Most High day, celebrate it with heathens and eat pork. You know what I'm saying, and pork jambalaya. Come on, nigga, you wicked as hell.
Before you go there, man, let me bring up 1 Timothy 4:4 because we need to go ahead and knock that out the butt, because that's the verse that every single Christian use in order to justify of eating pork. Yeah, give me a second. Let me share my screen right quick. Because we got to understand what the scripture says, and this is why you have so many unlearned brothers out there that don't know what the hell they're talking about, and they're just shooting from the flap. They're just saying stuff. They don't even know what the hell they're reading. All right, so let's start from the very beginning. All right, and then it makes more sense when we go to Leviticus, because this needs to be brought out right here. All right. It says, now the Ruach, or the Spirit, speaks expressly that in the latter time some shall depart from the faith. What is it saying right here? It's already telling you that people are going to depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing Ruachs, or spirits, and doctrines of devils. Right? Speaking lies and hypocrisy, having their conscience seared with a hot iron. What happens when you sear something with a hot iron? It becomes damaged, and you can't reason with it anymore. The nerves are gone. They're dead. All right, verse 3, it says, forbidding to marry and commanding to abstain from foods which Elohim has created to be received with thanksgiving of them that believe. Who is the ones that believe? The ones who keeping the law. Which things are to be received with thanksgiving? The things that the Most High has ordained as holy. All right, or as good, which Elohim has created to be received with thanksgiving of them which believe and know the truth. What is the truth?
Hey, that is the key word.
It is right there. What is the truth? The truth is the law. It's the keeping of the law, Israel. So how can any Christian come up with this verse to say that this means that you can eat any damn thing you want? That's not what this is talking about.
It's talking about those passages. Let's say, for example, today, if people are saying, "Oh man, you're not supposed to eat meat. You're supposed to be a vegetarian. You're supposed to be a vegetarian." That's the doctrine.
Yeah, it's doctrine.
You see what I'm saying? That's what he's talking about here, right? The hypocrisies of the Pharisees and the Sadducees, man, they were making up their own laws. Oh no, man, you're not supposed to marry because of this or that. No, we don't want you eating beef because we believe that it's unclean. That's not what the Most High said. Right, the Most High had already said that if it has a cloven hoof, that you can eat it.
Check this out. This is the part where every single black Christian will take and run. For every creature of Elohim is good. Oh, see, y'all wrong. We can eat pork. We can eat pork. So it says, for every creature of Elohim is good, and nothing to be refused. See, y'all sitting up there talking about we can't eat pork. And it says right there in the scriptures that nothing to be refused. Well, you just want to slap them with a skillet right in the face. But they don't even know what they're reading. It says, for every creature of Elohim is good, and nothing to be refused, if it be received with thanksgiving, for it is sanctified. What is sanctified, y'all? Sanctified means made holy. Set aside for a holy purpose. For it is sanctified by the word, by the what? By the word of Elohim and prayer.
So what does that mean?
Was pork, was shrimp, was all these unclean foods sanctified by the Most High as good?
No. See,
this is the difference between the learned and the unlearned. All right. And that's why you got them brothers out there making videos, showing off, eating pork and shrimp and totally against a black, just totally just being a donkey against the Most High. And they don't fear the Most High, because if they truly feared the Most High, we wouldn't be having this discussion right now.
God.
We wouldn't even have to show the video if they truly feared the Almighty, because they don't. And the brother, he mentioned also in that one of those texts, you probably saw it in that comment, he says, I don't answer to nobody. And I'm like, you're right. He doesn't answer nobody. He doesn't even answer to the Almighty, because he's doing his own thing. He's leaning on his own wisdom. All right.
Got that woman up in there. See,
dangerous.
Sisters too. This is why it's important for you to pick a good head. Whoever her head is has got her in there in the kitchen stewing up wickedness.
You know, the worst thing you can do, brother, the worst kind of wickedness and the worst kind of judgment is those of our people who are leading Israel astray with fables and with doctrines and leaning on their own wisdom. Why? Because now that brother posted that video. It's probably got, I don't know how many views it got, but it got a lot of views. Now you're going to have a lot of weak brothers out there that don't know the scriptures, that are coming into the faith. They're going to think it's okay. They can eat pork. Because it says right here in the scriptures that every creature of Elohim is good and nothing to be refused, if it be received with thanksgiving.
No, let me see. So I want to see how many views.
See, they check it out. See,
that video got 6,000 views.
See, they think so. That's 6,000 people who, and then out of that 6,000 people, you got weak brothers who's gonna look at that and be like, "Oh man, is it really okay to eat pork now?" And they're gonna be happy, man. They're gonna go out, man. The first thing they're gonna get is some pork.
They're gonna eat it with heathens.
They
think that's Issachar.
But see, we're trying to show you, man, how dangerous this is, man. Because when people don't understand the scriptures and they misread, when they take they cherry pick one little verse like this, verse 4. I guarantee you, every single Christian church will quote this verse and tell you that this is the green light to eat pork, as long as it be received with thanksgiving. We're praying over it. They don't even understand what truth is. They don't understand what sanctified means, and they don't understand what this whole verse is really talking about. All right, I had to bring this out because it's ridiculous, y'all. How our people just run with stuff, and this is why nobody should be allowed to teach unless they've been in the truth for at least 21 years. Because, I mean, you got too many brothers out there right now, man. That just
then they got followers,
wickedness, man.
Right? Followers, right? I mean, come on, man, that's crazy.
Yeah,
you got followers,
so that's
you got people that actually believe that. I mean, like, I don't know, Israel. That's wild to me.
Yeah, that's the worst kind of judgment, man. You're gonna have on your head is to mislead people. Just like that dude Tazadaki claiming to be the Holy Spirit. And now that joker probably in the second resurrection, if he ain't repented. I mean not the second, I'm sorry, not the second resurrection. I meant to say the second, the grave for the
the second destruction.
The wicked. Yeah, the second, the grave for the wicked. You have the grave for the righteous. You have the resting place for the righteous, and you have the resting place for the wicked.
Oh, all right, Salakia.
Yeah,
all right.
Correction. So yeah, that one. And it's just sad, man. It is sad And then y'all wonder why Israel. Then everybody keep talking about deliverance. Yeah, we ain't going nowhere, Israel. Y'all think me and brother Aton was talking about this earlier about these immigrants, and I got to thinking. I said, this might be one of the Most High's way of eliminating wicked brothers and sisters. Think about it, y'all. The Most High is the one who's allowing all this stuff to happen. And these immigrants, guess where they're going, man? They're going to replace all these, all the so-called Israel. And this is where mostly all the crime is, where mostly all of what Israel is being wicked. Some of these sanctuary cities, it's like 50, I want to say 54.5% of Israel are below the poverty line. And these are the same ones where you have your baby mamas, all that kind of stuff, your Pookies and Ray Rays. That's where they're sending all the immigrants. And I got to thinking, I'm like, well, maybe this is a way that the Most High is going to cleanse Israel. So, we can't do nothing but step back and appreciate the Most High's process, because that's, we're going to have to trust it, Israel. We're going to be here for a while. We're not going nowhere no time soon, because we're so extremely wicked. We are so extremely wicked. And some of you saying, well, I'm tired of being tired. Well, you better get used to being tired.
Right? We don't teach a lot of feel good, things every now and then. Yeah. And a lot of people don't like that.
Yeah.
And you know what? Well, we really don't give a damn.
Exactly. No.
Because the truth is what the truth is, right? We want to get the kingdom, right? We got to teach the things that'll get us to the kingdom, right? Man, that guy has 400 something subs. That means we got 400 souls, right? That this brother has some kind of way convinced to follow his doctrine and to believe in this madness, right? We got to really analyze our people. Like, how is that even possible? Right? That's the same thing as people just sitting up in the Sunday church and you hear something that, that's that feel good doctrine, right? Brother Daniel and myself, we're not going to teach that feel good doctrine. We're not going to tell you, you know what, because you like pork chops, me and Brother Daniel, we're going to try to search high and low for some vague scripture that may allude to you breaking the commandments. Nah, man, we're not going to do that. We're going to teach you the 100% truth, whether you hear or whether you forbear, right? And if you're going against the scriptures, if you're going against how much y'all got to think about it. If they were preaching the feel-good doctrine, right, that, hey, everybody's accepted and you can do what you want, right? Every single one of them disciples had a horrible death besides John. Why you think they had a horrible death? Because they was telling the wicked niggas, no, you can't do that. You can't do that. You can't do that. None of the prophets were ever liked. You go through the scriptures, man, niggas was mad, right? When the prophets showed up. It was like, oh man, here we go again. You know what I'm saying? Oh, niggas trying to tell us, man, we ain't supposed to be doing this. You know what I'm saying? Nobody likes it when somebody has to tell you to rebuke. That's why it's a hard job keeping these commandments, right? And telling your people what you got to do to be right. It's if being right was easy, everybody would do it.
You look at all the prophets, Isaiah, especially Isaiah and Jeremiah. And one of the first things they were like, Most High told them, don't be afraid of their faces. Don't be afraid of their faces. Because they were intimidating. And tend to be when our people and the prophets, when they went against our people, they were aggressive. They were trying to have them killed. Look at Elijah. Man, Elijah was running from Jezebel, and the Most High told him, hey, don't you run. All our prophets, they've had to go through horrendous stuff, and they had to get sharp rebuke. Look what it says here in Isaiah 58:1. It says, cry loud, spare not, lift up your voice like a shofar, and show my people their trespass. This is what we're commanded to do. And the house of Jacob, their sins, or Yaakov. We're supposed to point out this stuff. We're supposed to show brothers, wicked brothers like this, talking about you can eat pork, and then having it on a day of Molech, and then you calling it the day of Yahushua. That's wicked as hell,
man.
Man.
Hold on, let me see something. Let me bring this up.
Man, like again, when I first saw that video, I thought it was a joke. Really, I did.
Me too.
I thought it was a joke. I thought they were okay. I'm like, okay, where's the punchline? And I was looking for another video to see if they're going to come on, because I thought maybe they were just doing a skit, but you wouldn't even, like, even doing that, man, is dangerous because you don't want to even play like that, you know.
Just
And
just
I'm
so you
like,
can
man,
see that
these boys are really they
they're wicked.
believe that. Man.
So
And
Israel,
I'm having a hard time
just
believing that they believe that, because I'm like, wait a minute, don't they? Like, how in the hell do they get you can eat anything out of Timothy?
I don't know,
Man, that
right?
is crazy.
But I'm gonna read the law for you, Israel.
Mhm.
Right? And I'm gonna read the law for you just so y'all can't say that we never read it to you,
Yep.
right? Because this is clear cut. And the swine, talking about the pig, though he divide the hoof and be cloven footed, yet he cheweth not the cud, he is unclean to you. Now you know they say that you are what you eat,
Yep.
right? Now you could feed a pig anything, a dead body, feces. It doesn't matter. A pig will eat it, right? Even if you didn't know the scriptures, right? Not only that, but a pig, it doesn't have any sweat glands, right? So it doesn't sweat. That's why it waddles around the mud to cool off, right? So it keeps all those toxins inside of
Mhm.
its skin, of its flesh, right? So that's why even when it's dead, you can sit out a piece of a pork, and then you can put it in a plastic bag, a sealed container, and maggots will still appear from that, right?
Mhm.
You have to really question your mentality, right? Should you put that in your mouth, right?
Yep.
And should you use that as substance to supply your flesh with substance?
That's
Man,
crazy.
that's not a good idea, right? So it says in verse 8, of their flesh shall ye not eat, and their carcass shall ye not touch. You're not even supposed to touch a dead pig. They are unclean to you, right? They are unclean to you. Not only that, right? We can go to Deuteronomy. Deuteronomy 14 says the same thing,
Mhm.
right? Deuteronomy 14 says the same thing. Not only once, but twice, right? Deuteronomy 14 and 7 or 8. Let's try 7. All right, boom, right? 8. It says, and the swine, because it divideth the hoof, yet cheweth not the cud, it is unclean to you. Ye shall not eat of their flesh, nor touch of their dead carcass. Right?
That's right.
You go to Matthew, it tells you that what? Hamashiach says what? Not one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law. The only thing he came to change is the law of sacrifice. Right? So you don't have to go to the altar with bulls and goats and things of that nature anymore. Right? You can just ask the Lord to forgive you and then repent, and the blood of Hamashiach has already covered it. That's the only
Yep.
difference.
That was the only law that was lifted, because really he became the ultimate sacrifice. So
what you got for me, brother?
So if you notice, they had a bunch of heathens up in there too, and we know what the Most High already says about heathens and everything. All right, but I just, man, Israel, common sense. Like, how do you really justify that? I mean, like, if y'all, I just want to know from you all now, if y'all clearly don't understand that we cannot eat pork. I just want to make sure, man, because maybe I'm missing something. If you don't understand why we cannot eat pork, put a this what you at? Put a 2 in the comment box. I'm just, man, I'm still trying to process that stuff out there. Like, these brothers, man, getting up there making the video talking about this and that, and you're gonna talk about, man, that's this is the day of Hamashiach, man. That's the day of Molech.
Man, not one fringe in the whole video.
Go do your research.
Right? They didn't have on fringes at all, Israel.
Yep. And the biggest, in fact, let me pull it up right quick. I'm gonna tell you the biggest abomination our people were doing, and I'm gonna show you what it is. It was the first 2 commandments. All right, give me a second here, because Israel, this thing is getting crazy. And again, y'all wonder why we're gonna be here for a while. Y'all was like, oh man, it's not fair. It's not fair that we have to suffer for a few people. Well, when our people were wandering in the wilderness, it was only an 11-day journey. Go read I think it's Deuteronomy chapter 2. It says from the place they dwelt to the Canaan land, so only 11 days, Israel. 11 days. It took them 40 years. 40 years to pass through. Why? Because they had to get rid, Most High had to eliminate all these wicked niggas.
That's right.
And man, and, we hate that, me and Brother Aton, again, we don't do this for money. We don't do this for popularity, because this truth is not popular. A lot of people don't want to hear what is being said. All right. Like I said, everybody wants that feel good stuff. Everybody wants to hear all the time, the heathens are going to be destroyed. Yeah, the heathens are going to be destroyed. They want to hear all kinds of crazy stuff. All right. So I'm gonna pull up, let me share my screen right quick. Gotta get it together.
It's not bad as it's not bad as you think, sis. That's just a lot of TV propaganda.
What was the question?
It's just something off topic. To me, one of the biggest sins Israel is doing is mixing American marrying with the heathens. That's only a small percentage if you really look at it. If you want to, we can go to blackdemographics.com a little later and see, what the true numbers are. If a matter of fact, you can go ahead and pull that up on your phone right now, while you're listening to the lesson, and then, they'll show you the real statistics. It's not as bad as it looks.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's still bad though. I'm not taking anything off of it, but
Yeah, I just want to bring out Exodus. Y'all know this. Let me go ahead and read it. It says, "And Elohim spoke all these words, saying, I am Yahweh, which have brought you out of the land of Mizraim, or Egypt, out of the house of bondage." Where are we right now, Israel? We're still in the house of bondage, even though we came out of the first Israel a long time ago. But now we are still in the house of bondage. What does it say right here? Verse 3, it says, "Ye shall have no other Elohims before me." All right, no other gods before me. Now, them brothers out there with the video we showed, what day were they celebrating? I don't care what they say. They say they wouldn't celebrate, but what day were they acknowledging or giving homage to? It was that wicked day of Thanksgiving, the day of Molech. It said that was considered a god in the old ancient days. All right. That was their God. It says, "Ye shall have no other Elohims before me." But what do our people do? The biggest thing our people do, and we're so damn wicked, Israel, is that we always put these other gods before our holy Abba. That's our biggest problems, right? It says, "You shall not make unto you any graven images or any likeness of anything that is in the heavens above, Christmas trees, holiday decorations, and all that stuff, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth." It says, "You shall not bow yourselves to them, nor serve them, for I, Yahweh Elohim, am a jealous El, visiting the iniquities of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that sent me." Now, I'm gonna tell you why them brothers were such an invasion. These are the first two commandments are with the doozy, Israel. These two kept getting our people caught up in captivity. Now, them brothers that was made that video on supposedly the Thanksgiving Day, the day of Molech, and calling the day of Yahushua. Do you know that the Most High probably sent them an evil spirit? Because if you look out throughout the Torah, the Most High was known for sending evil spirits on the people. Did y'all know that? I would guarantee it would be safe to say that the Almighty sent them an evil spirit they may not be able to recover from.
That's a shame.
And that's dangerous, And I truly believe that they had an evil spirit in them. But what they probably wouldn't believe it was the fact that they had an evil spirit. But they don't. But the sad part was they didn't even realize it. They had an evil spirit sent unto them. Because think about it. Why in the hell would you make a video like that? And you're just you think you're hurting Israel, but you are hurting Israel, but you think you're trying to you think you're trying to help Israel or something like that by trying to free them or something like that. You just curse them even more. But think about how the son feels. Mashiach is saying, "Okay, I'm gonna send these wicked niggas some wicked evil spirits." They're gonna really go off. Now next time you're gonna see them do a video probably on Christmas Day, on that damn wicked Christmas with some more pork and probably even more of it. But for sure that they got evil spirits.
That's right. Blessings Hotep.
Yeah. let me show you also what Deuteronomy 7:25 tells us to do with these damn idols.
Slakia. Hey, brother Emmanuel, are you saying that there is no Hamashiach? Or are you saying there's no Son of God? You're commenting a lot, and you just happened to catch my eye over there. I was wondering if that's what you were saying. All right, yes or no? You know, is will be good.
Yeah.
All right, Slakia, go ahead, brother.
No, okay. Yeah, give me a second here. I gotta find that verse. But yeah, that stuff is wicked as hell. Deuteronomy 7:25. So go ahead and turn to Deuteronomy 7:25. And we're going to read verse 26 as well.
All right.
Tells you what to do. It says, the graven images of their Elohim shall ye burn with fire. You shall not desire the silver or gold that is on them, nor take it unto you, lest ye be snared therein, for it is an abomination to Yahweh Elohim. All right. Verse 26, here's the kicker. Neither shall ye bring an abomination into your house. Them brothers had them heathens up in there.
Yeah, that's right.
You're not supposed to have them heathens up in there. Near you, period. Neither shall ye bring an abomination into your house. So not only had they had pork as an abomination, but they had heathens. Lest ye be a cursed thing like it, but you shall utterly detest it, and you shall utterly abhor it, for it is a cursed thing. Is not pork an abomination? If you consume that stuff, then we just say that you should not enter into your house.
Leviticus 20. Y'all know the scriptures.
Yeah. I mean, come on, Israel. I mean, like, just wake up, man. People are doing too much. All right.
Try to figure it out, man.
Yeah. And and looking at that too, you got to wonder what's going on in this brother's mind. And what was it? Let me bring something up right quick. Because man, you cannot lean under your own wisdom like that, and that's the problem with a lot of our people. And I hate to say it, especially the sisters, y'all have it bad about doing that kind of stuff. Y'all get to thinking that the Most High is all of a sudden showing you visions and talking through you or something like that, and you just come up with all kinds of wild, crazy stuff. Man,
I got one too.
All right, so Ecclesiastes 19, and it says, this is Ecclesiasticus or Wisdom of Sirach, chapter 19, verse 19 says, the knowledge of the commandments of Yahweh is the doctrine of life. Now we know them brothers are not keeping the commandments. It says, and they that do things that please him shall receive the fruit of the tree of immortality.
That's right.
It says the fear of Yahweh is all wisdom, and in all wisdom is the performance of the Torah and the knowledge of his omnipotency. All right. So you know for sure, Israel, don't be fooled that these people, that those brothers was that were doing that video, whether they were joking or not, which I know they wasn't joking by now, but they're not keeping the commandments. They're not of the Most High. All right. I guarantee you, they got an evil spirit in them right now to this day, and they don't. And the sad part is they don't even realize it.
God, I rejoice greatly.
Yeah,
with our children walking in truth, right? As we have received a commandment from the Father of the Most High.
Mm-hmm.
God,
did that brother ever respond back to you?
Which brother?
You said you asked him if he believed if there was a son or not.
Oh no, I haven't seen him respond. I see it says shalom.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what it's talking about.
We can prove to you in the Torah that definitely there's a son. So we won't even have to go. We won't even have to go to New Testament. We can show you.
We can stay in the Old Testament.
Yep. Right. Yeah, I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there. Go there with us with that one.
That's right.
Do it.
You know what though? I do wanted to bring out something, right? So
bring it out.
All right, I'm trying to share the doggone screen so I can know.
Yeah.
All right, it says, right, this is Jubilee 6 and 37. This is what I was talking about. Like, you just can't make any old day a clean day or whatever, right? It has to be up to the Most High. It says, for example, like these brothers out here that are going by these faulty calendars, right? And they believe that, they're going by the new moon is the first day of the month, but the Shabbat is every Friday, or they're basing their feast days. They come sometimes. You have 13 months in a year. Man, they have all kind of madness. Right. So it says, for this reason, right, because they are following the new moon. Actually, just to start verse 36, just for those that be talking about the new moon, does this and does that. Right. It says all right. And I'll start at 34. And all the children of Yasharel will forget and will not find the path of the years, and will forget the new moons and the seasons, right, and the Shabbats, and they will go wrong as to all the orders of the years. For I know, and from henceforth will I declare it unto you. And it is not of my own devising, for the Sefer lies written before me, and on the heavenly tablets the division of days is ordained, which is 364, right? Lest they forget the feast of the covenant, right, and walk according to the feast of the other nations, like we do now, like keeping Christmas and Thanksgiving and 4th of July and all those other heathenish holidays, right? And after their error and after their ignorance, for there will be those who will assuredly make observations of the moon. That's the camps. That's what they do. They make observations of the moon. How it disturbs the seasons and comes in from year to year 10 days too soon, right? For this reason, the years will come upon them when they will disturb the order and make an abominable day, right? I bet y'all didn't know that you could have an abominable day, right? You can make an abominable day the day of testimony, and an unclean day a feast day. That's what they're doing. Thanksgiving is an unclean day, but they have turned it into a feast day, right? And they will confound all the days, the holy with the unclean, and the unclean with the holy, for they will go wrong as to the months and the Shabbats and feast and jubilees, right? That's a testimony on a lot of things, not just them wicked niggas, right? That are eating pork and calling it a holy day. What? You eating pork and calling it a holy day? Come on, huh? That's wicked as hell right there. And one scripture I wanted to pull up because I thought that brother was saying that there was no Hamashiach, right? Now, a lot of people in the Old Testament, and then them fake, them fake Jewish people over there in the land, they say there's no Son of God, right, or something like that. Now, if you read here in Isaiah 45, this is a head buster. It says, "Thus saith the Lord," right, the Holy One of Israel, who is Hamashiach, right? The Holy One of Israel is Hamashiach. This is the Old Testament, Isaiah 45, and his Maker, which is Yahweh, the Most High, right? "Ask of me concerning my sons and concerning the work of my hands, command ye me," right? "I have made the earth and created man upon it." Who has made the earth and created man upon it? Hamashiach did. You can go to 1 Colossians and then we can read that. It tells you that he's the one that created the earth. Just because the Most High God is the one that gave the power to Hamashiach to create the earth. So essentially, the Most High God is the one that's created everything. It's just like people can't wrap their mind around that. Right.
No, and that's the thing, because the Hamashiach
hold real quick for a second. It says that his father's mind is his mind. So it's not that Hamashiach is making the world and the earth of his own, like of his own volition, right? It's the will of the Father that Hamashiach made the earth. The Hamashiach, the Most High God, he doesn't need to do anything. He can make minions to do things for him. He doesn't need to do anything. All right, Salaki, go ahead, Doc.
No, I was gonna say too, man. Like when you see, people don't realize that when you looking at, especially in the Old Testament, it is the Hamashiach. It was the Hamashiach that gave the laws, and so a lot of people look at that and they think that it's talking about the Father, but it's not, because the Father never gets off the throne. That's the Hamashiach the whole time, y'all. The Father is not going to even come into play until after 1,000 years, and that's when the Father joins his kingdom with the Hamashiach. But all through the Torah, that is Hamashiach. When it says that there is no other gods before me, That's Hamashiach talking, because there is no other gods that's before him on the earth. I mean, let's just make that clear. All right. I'm going to show you something else too. Let's go to. I'm gonna pull it up right quick on the screen. Huh?
Go ahead, and I'm gonna pull this back
up. To back up what you were saying
right.
about the Son. Mm-hmm.
No, go ahead. Yeah. Go ahead and pull that up.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull it up right quick. This is going to be second Esdras. So go ahead and turn your scriptures to. When the Sefer is for Esdras, but if you got the Apocrypha, it's second Esdras. All right. Let me highlight that right quick. Y'all can see right here. So it's nothing to get confused, Israel. The old all through the Torah, because all things were given into to the Son. All right, second Esdras, or 4 Esdras, chapter 2 and verse 45. All right, can you see it on the screen up?
God.
It says, he answered and said unto me, these be they that have put off the mortal clothing and put on the immortal, and have confessed the name of Elohim. Now are they crowned and receive palms. Then said I unto the angel, what young person is it that crowns them and gives them palms in their hands? Verse 47. So he answered and said unto me, it is the son of Elohim. The son of what? The son of who? The son of Elohim, whom they have confessed in the world. All right. Who else could this be talking about?
That's right.
Who else was confessed in the world? All right. Right there. It says, then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly for the name of Yahweh. Then the angel said unto me, go your way and tell my people what manner of things and how great wonders of Yahweh you have seen. So this is definitely talking about a son. So there is a son. It's just that the Father is rarely mentioned, because the Father never gets off the throne. If you can show me one verse in the scripture where the Father ever gets off the throne, show it to me.
We can go to Daniel too, where it talks about where the Ancient of Days was sitting, and the Son of God was brought into the Ancient of Days. I mean, like, there's so many places in the scriptures in the Old Testament that we can go to prove emphatically that Hamashiach is real, right? The Son of God is real.
And I think when people hear that verse, there's no other gods before me, they think that's talking about the Father. That's talking about the Son, man. Because who is the God of the Old Testament? Period. It's Hamashiach. You want to get technical. And we'll debate anybody on that.
All right. So I'm gonna start at 13. Right. It says this is Colossians 1. Right. This is a precept to Isaiah that I showed you guys earlier. Right. It says, who hath delivered us from the power of darkness and hath translated us into the kingdom of his dear Son. Right. Who's the dear Son? That's Hamashiach. Right. Yahweh Shai. Right. It says, in whom we have redemption through his blood, even the forgiveness of sins. Right. Who is the image of the invisible God, the firstborn of every creature? Meaning what? The first thing that the Most High God, Yahweh, ever created was Hamashiach. Right? He's before the angels, before everything that there ever was, just everything, period. That was his first creation, right? For by him were all things created that are in heaven and that are in earth, visible and invisible, whether they be thrones or dominions or principalities or powers. All things were created by him and for him. And he is before all things, and by him all things consist. And he is the head of the body, the church, who is the beginning, the firstborn from the dead, that in all things he might have preeminence. For it pleaseth the Father, Hamashiach, the Most High, Yahweh, that in him should all fullness dwell. And having made peace through the blood of his cross, by him to reconcile all things unto himself. By him, I say, whether they be things in earth or things in heaven. Right? A lot of people don't understand that the Most High, like he's on a total different level. You can't even compare Hamashiach to Most High God.
Hey, let me bring something out right quick, man. We got to correct this right quick. It says, where in the scripture does it say Hamashiach is the spirit of Yahweh or of the Father? You have a scripture for that?
Salakia.
got to be very careful. This is why, this is, we're not mad at you. We're not trying to, but we just need to make sure these people start saying stuff. They don't know what they're talking about. Hamashiach is not the spirit. He's the son. Hamashiach is the son of the Father, which Father don't get off the throne. So, sister, just do us a favor. If you don't really know what you're talking about, just please stay quiet.
I was just saying someone.
Yeah.
Someone told you that?
Yeah.
I was just saying what someone told me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got to get on them, folks.
Yeah. This is we have to be very careful about, y'all, because you can't just if you assume like y'all should. Okay, this is something that y'all should really learn about me and brother. All right, me and brother Aton. If you have something you want to say, make sure if you don't just go by what somebody's told you, but hey, if you know the scriptures, and if you have a scripture to back it up, just please put it in the comment box so we can see.
Also, hey, the same thing, right?
Yeah.
This is not a Christian church, right? We're not a Christian church. Whenever Brother Daniel and myself, this is why we bring up the scriptures to show y'all, right? Because we don't want y'all to see that we're just coming out of the side of our neck for anything that we're saying. And if y'all, by anything, make sure that you research these scriptures yourself as well, right? To make sure that with fasting and prayer, right, and through keeping the commandments, that you're able to come to the same understanding. And even if you do have a different understanding, right, we have no problem with reaching and talking to any brother, because who knows? Nobody's perfect. I'm not perfect. Brother Daniel's not perfect. It is what it is.
Yeah,
right?
because Hamashiach specifically says that I will send you the Spirit. I will send you the Spirit. So there's two different things going on there. So again, we're not mad at you. We're not getting on you or anything like that. We're just asking y'all to look, if y'all gonna say stuff out of the blue. And again, women tend to do this a lot. And I'm trying to get on you guys, because women, why is that? Why do I say that? Because women they think with their emotions. Women think with their emotions and their feelings. So they're gonna say shit like they're gonna just say shit like anything pretty much. They're gonna say stuff that doesn't even make no damn sense sometimes, So you gotta be able to but look, I'm not trying to be funny, y'all, but seriously, man, y'all know how many women I've dealt with that was just saying some wild shit. I mean, it's like, come on, y'all. What are y'all doing? I don't mean to sound like very vulgar with it though, but it gets annoying sometimes. All right. So sisters, again, just
whole family sitting here with my husband. We just want to know what that verse means. All right, sis, let's see what you're talking about. You want to know what 18, 15 means. All right, we're going to read the whole thing. Whatever this is, right, we're going to go over the whole scripture, right? So we're going to get to understand it. Right, Wisdom of Solomon, what? 18, 15? All right, it's probably
all right. That's duly noted, sister. Again, we're not getting on you, and that's good that your husband is with you and your family is with you. All praises.
Right. 18. What's it say? What does this say? 18, 15. All right, Khan. All praises. All right, we're gonna start. All right. Nevertheless, all right, we're gonna start right here. Starting the verse. All right, we're gonna go a little bit off topic today. Salaki Israel, but we're gonna see what this is talking about, right? Because anything first, right? We want to help our people understand the scriptures. It says, "Nevertheless, thy saints had a very great light, right? Whose voice they hearing and not seeing their shape, because they also had not suffered the same things. They counted them happy, right? Before they did not hurt them, now of whom they had been wrong before, they thanked them and besought them pardon, for they had been enemies. Instead whereof they gavest them a burning pillar of fire, right? Both in guide of the unknown journey and the harmless son to entertain them honorably." Okay, stop, right? Who are we talking about here, Israel? Right? When we're reading something, right? What are we talking about? We're talking about Israel right here. Who came through with the burning pillar of fire during the day to lead the people, right? Hamashiach, right?
That's right.
Boom, right? Hit us with that burning pillar of fire, right? Because you got to remember now, a spiritual body, and this is the time, Hamashiach, he's in his spiritual body, right? He left his spiritual body, right? And then came into a human body, right? When he was a sacrifice for our sins, right? Now, the spiritual body, as we have read, right, in Baruch, right, that it is able to do anything. You can do whatever it wants, whatever you command it to do. It's like a person of today having full control over their body. If you have full control over every muscle that you could build, right, everything that goes into your eye, every spectrum, man, you could alter your body to do whatever that you pretty much want. could you have full control. Right now, right, you should tell that you don't have full control over your body, right? You can't control when you got to take a dump or when you got to take a pee, or you can't physically just through your will absorb energy from the sun. You can't do none of that, right? You don't know how your heart's beating or your intestines is running. You're not having no control over that, right? Hamashiach has automated that for you because that body does not belong to you, right? That belongs to someone else.
Yeah, that's why. What is it? Oh, go ahead. I want to pull up because you didn't even think of something. Keep talking to him, brother.
All right, Khan. So it says, instead whereof thou gavest them a burning pillar of fire, both to be guide of the unknown journey and a harmless sun, right, to entertain them honorably. Wow, man, Hamashiach looking out. Didn't even burn them up like you would normally in the summertime when they're doing the travel. For they were worthy to be deprived of light and imprisoned in darkness, who had kept thy sons shut up, for whom the uncorrupt light of the law was to be given unto the world. And when they had determined to slay the babes of the saints, one child being cast forth and saved to reprove them, thou tookest away the multitude of their children and destroyest them altogether in a mighty war. What we're talking about, right? Romans, right? When them boys was damn, chasing them boys, and Moses had to do what? He had to split the sea open, right? They came in after them. The Most High said, you know what? Let's just kill all of them, right? We're gonna kill the firstborn of their children too, right? We're gonna put them 10 plagues on them boys, right? And verse 6. Another night were our fathers certified afore, and assuredly knowing unto the oaths that had given credence, they might afterwards be of good cheer. So of the people was accepted both of the salvation of the righteous and the destruction of the enemies. For wherewith thou didst punish our adversaries, by the same thou didst glorify us, whom thou hast called, right? Because who are called? The Israelites, we're called, and we're the chosen. For the righteous children of good men did sacrifice secretly, and with one consent made a holy law. And the saints should be like partakers of the same good and evil. The fathers now singing out the songs of praise. But on the other side, there sounded an ill-according cry of the enemies, and a lamentable noise was carried abroad for children that were bewailed. The master and the servant were punished the master and the servant were punished after one manner, and like as the king, so suffered the common person. All right. So they all together had an innumerable dead with one kind of death. Neither were the living sufficient to bury them. Right. So meaning that what? You didn't have enough people alive left to bury them. For in one moment, the noblest offspring of them were destroyed. Right. The Most High didn't play no games. Right. For whereas they would not believe anything by reason of enchantments. Right. What was going on? The reason of the enchantments, which was that happened. Right. This was talking about when Moses came through with the staff. Right. Remember, they had the two, Moses threw down the staff. And Salakia, right? The two magicians that the Pharaoh had, they threw down two staffs and made two snakes, right? The power of the Most High God came through Moses and allowed him to throw down his staff and then make his snake eat up the other two snakes. Those were the enchantments, right? Turning the water into blood. Those are the enchantments. They didn't believe. Why they didn't believe? Because the Most High purposely made Pharaoh's heart hard. Upon the destruction of the firstborn, right? What happened then? Remember, that's a curse. That's the last curse, right? That was the curse that said, you know what? They didn't want to listen. The Most High said, I'm going to take all your firstborn of every animal, right? Of every a human that was in the land, right? Upon the destruction of the firstborn, they acknowledged this people to be the sons of God, right? So meaning that after they got the worst of the curses, they finally decide to let our people go in acknowledgement that we are the sons of God. All right. All right. So there you go, sister. I hope you understood that. All right. So it's just talking about us and our getaway from the captivity of Egypt.
Yep. I wanted to bring out what brother.
All praises.
Yeah, I want to mention what the brother brought out earlier. He said something that made me want to. So this is 1 Corinthians 6:19 says, what? Know ye not that your body is a temple of the Ruach HaKodesh, which is in you, which ye have of Elohim, and are not your own. All right. So this right here, and then what brother brought out earlier, I didn't want to interrupt him and everything. This is why we should really, especially when it comes to the dietary laws, and like when brothers were eating the pork and all that stuff, displaying it, and then causing Israel to do the same thing. This is when you start really getting dangerous. It says, "For ye are bought with a price, therefore glorify Elohim in your body and in your ruach, which are Elohim's." So basically saying God's, because in a sense we are, because we are above all nations, just like it says in Deuteronomy 7:7, we in 7:6, we are above all the nations. Why do you think we progress and excel in everything that we do? Because they look to us, they look at us as little mini gods. So that's why technically, when you look at this is why we should really take care in our body, keeping ourselves within our weight limits, exercising, eating healthy, and what have you. So I just wanted to bring that out. Still there? Did you fall off? Okay, well, it looks like he might pick me right back. But yeah, Israel. But just getting back to what we were saying earlier about, okay, my fault. I was sitting there talking too, but I was like,
yeah,
no, it's all good. But
all right.
Just getting back to what we're saying about the command. We just wanted to expose those things and bring it out, because we don't want our people being deceived, Israel. And don't think that we don't have a problem with people coming on live and questions and things like that, everything, but just make sure, hey, what's going on. If somebody told you that or what have you, it's fine. Just put it in there, and then we'll deal with it. Because me and Brother Eitan, we constantly have to deal with crazy doctrines and false fables and stuff. So,
all praises to the Most High, sis, that you and your brother, you and your head, you know what I'm saying, y'all got it down.
Good.
But hey, you know what too? It's important for us to always read all of our history, right?
Yeah.
You ever notice when Hamashiach, he went back to the, he was reading the book of Isaiah, right? Old scriptures, right? Because the scriptures say that the old way is the best way, right? The old way is the right way, right? We have to, like, our history, it links us until today, right? So if we go back and we understand the stories, right, and the things that come from our history, all the way, from the beginning to now, right? As we're reading the stories, as we're reading the parables, right, the proverbs, right, that are left for us before our forefather, we can easily get the doctrine, right? That's how the heathen is able to trick us, right? If we don't know our history, right, the heathen is able to trick us, and they can cherry pick scriptures like John 3:16, right? And they can believe, and they can have you believing that that the whole world, but we know from reading the history that there are many worlds in the Bible, and that the world, like it says in Isaiah, right, that the world is what? The world is Israel, a world without end.
Yeah.
Right. So we're the world according to scriptures. Nobody reads Deuteronomy. John 3:15. John 3:14 and 3:15. Right. When it says that, even as Moses held it up the serpent in the desert, right? Held up the staff in the desert, even so shall Hamashiach be held up.
That's right.
And then you got to know the history. So then you'd be like, hold up, who did Moses hold up the staff for in the desert? Then you got to go back to Numbers. Boom, let's go back to Numbers. Yeah. Let's get the history up here. And then we see that, oh, okay, so them niggas was being wicked and getting eaten up by snakes, you know what I'm saying? And then so Moses had to hold up the staff for the children of Israel, for them to be saved, and then have heathens there. You see what I'm saying? And then you go back in to John 3:16, and then you start to get the gist of the story without it being tainted and you're being misled by these damn heathens to believe that it's talking about everybody.
That's a whole nother study. That's a whole nother. So I'm thinking maybe if y'all want to, if you're okay with this, man, maybe we can do that for the new moon lesson, and just call it, identifying your heritage. Y'all want to bring that out?
We got a little bit of a delay, so now you know how that goes.
Yep. Yeah, if y'all okay with that, y'all want to do so. Once for the new moon, spread the word. So what we'll do is for the new moon lesson, we'll bring out our heritage. I got some stuff to show you how you can actually prove and you can see who your heritage is. I'm gonna set up some links and stuff on the Atlantic slave trade type in certain keywords, Hebrew names, and you'll see like the ships they came on. So that's how you can know. That's how you can really prove. You don't need all this DNA test. This DNA test stuff is like it's fake. It's not even it's not even real. It's a big scam.
God,
But we can
remember that
trace.
21 and me?
Yeah, we can trace our ancestry. That's why you think they wasn't keeping census on us until like after the 1860s. They was not keeping census on so-called Israel. The only census that we had was the recording of the slave ships and the names that came on the slave ships. All right. And that's why a lot of our people have a hard time tracing their ancestry back. So they do DNA tests, coming from different parts and stuff. But
we already exposed that DNA test and stuff.
Yeah,
they had
there
this
was some
23 and me.
Yeah,
they had this one app. Well, they had this 23 and me, and they were sending in lizard DNA, right? And it came back 3-point Jewish, 3 parts Jewish, and from this area and from that area. You're like, man, come on, man, this is a lizard. So y'all can't even tell the difference between lizard DNA and human DNA, and so them people folly.
Yeah. Yeah, and Israel, from when I was reading research, and if you're like in Israel, you're not allowed to do it. It's a law to do a DNA test, because them people know that they are not Israel. They're not the ancient biblical Israelites. So yeah, we can do that. Well, we can do that on Wednesday night. I got some stuff we can put on there and show y'all, man. We can get on the slave trade sites.
That's right.
Some stuff, man. You're gonna be blown away. I mean, it's just many ways you can trace your ancestries. I mean, of course, we can prove it through the scriptures, but we can also prove it physically as well too.
Huey Van Diver says, also, can y'all do a lesson on the virgin birth versus Joseph being the father in the future? I think we have like plenty of videos.
Yeah, we did that
for that. I mean, if any, man, you got to be a nigga to believe that. Joseph was hitting Mary from the, taking back shots, and then Hamashiach was born through the spirit of lust. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, man, that's 1000% folly. I would just, at this point in time, if a brother believes that even, I mean, if his mind can even go there, and not really consider what's really going on, I would even it's just time to leave that doctrine alone.
Yeah, because Israel's going to be always split on that, brother. And like I said, we talked about it. I talked about it on my channel. And it's just, at the end of the day, just like the right days for the feast days, everybody's going to be split. Until the Mashiach comes back and corrects everything. So
not everybody's meant to make it. I'm not saying that we are. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying that the next man isn't. But just like the scriptures say, a wave compared to a drop, right? So, I implore each and every one of you, man, to go hard in the scriptures, man, search, and the truth is there.
Yeah, because Israel, what we're fighting, man, and this is, just in relation to this lesson, dead in the pit for the wicked, and just exposing those two brothers. We don't like doing stuff like this. I mean, I don't take joy in doing things like this because, it's not fun having to point out stuff like this to our people, all the time. And we're not in violation. We're doing exactly what the scripture tells us to do. Cry loud, spare not, show our people their trespass. And like Brother Eitan said, we're not perfect. Eitan's not perfect. I'm not perfect. Nobody in the comment is perfect. But we do have an obligation. We do have an obligation to search these scriptures and study. We have an obligation to work out our salvation with fear and trembling. All right. So if it seems like we're getting on you for anything, it's not. Don't take it personal.
We're not gonna let y'all get schemed. What I mean? We ain't gonna let y'all get hoodwinked.
Yeah, exactly.
No wicked ass nigga around here, man, trying to get money off y'all. He in the club with heathens and stuff, giving heathen poetry and all kind of stuff, and saying that he don't care about the Most High God. We ain't down with that.
Yeah,
also, niggas that try to justify pork.
We're very direct, very zealous, And we don't want to see our people deceived. We're tired of this stuff. We're tired of constantly being here. I know me, I'm tired of it, but I don't know about y'all. Maybe some of y'all, I don't know. Maybe y'all like this kind of stuff, but I'm sick of it. I'm sick of Israel constantly repeating the same stuff over and over, and
what's so hard about not eating pork? What's so hard about not eating pork?
Yeah,
what's so hard about that? Hey man, just put it down. What's so hard about not eating pork? I don't understand that. Right? You niggas like crack fiends for pork. You know what I'm saying? They just can't put it down. They like, you know what I'm saying? That's a
And
man. I
then,
don't
and
know if
then
that's
try
an
to make
unclean spirit or what. That's
right.
just wickedness.
It didn't try to make every justification to try to eat it. Like, come on, man. Like, really?
Like,
I mean,
why,
come
man?
on.
I don't understand. Is that a drug? Is like pork a drug or something?
Yeah.
Does it have some like drug induced effect on you that once you chomp down on a pork chop, then now you just gotta have bacon, ham hocks, hog maw, pigtails, and all this other wicked stuff, man? I don't understand.
Yeah. Bottom line is that our people just don't want to do right. They don't want to obey the commandments, and that's been our problem, Israel. That's been our problem for centuries, for thousands of years. Look at it. Just look at the history of our people. All the way from the wilderness all the way into this present day. You always have a large. You always, and I say a large group. You always have a large group of our people that just don't. Excuse me. That don't want to keep the commandments. They do not want to keep the commandments.
No matter how many times I read it in the book just tells you no. I mean, like, it's clear. The Most High made a point to even separate it and told you. He didn't even, everything else. He was like, others, like, for example, other things in the sea of fins and scales you can eat, right? I mean, if you don't have fins and scales, I mean, man, you can't eat it, right? That's simple. He didn't tell you of the shark, you know what I'm saying, or of the octopus, you can't, you know what I'm saying? But the Most High made a point to go down and tell you of the swine, even though it has a cloven hoof, you can't eat that, right? That's something that was directly pointed out. You got to look at that and be like, you know what? That thing. If maybe if I slip up and doing something, but that right there, I damn sure better not eat none of that. You know what I'm saying? Because the Most High made it a point to bring that out right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Maybe there's like a big red flag, a cautious sign right by, right by pork in the scriptures. So forth that that if you read Babylon to Timbuktu, that's how the Muslims got their doctrine. They took it from us. And they got pork on theirs.
Yep.
I don't know, man. It's just crazy. It's just crazy.
Yeah, and until and you know what, Israel, and this is why we're going to constantly see destruction amongst our people until we actually get it. And the scriptures said a remnant, a wave to a drop. A wave to a drop, like it talks about in Second Esdras. And unfortunately, I know a lot of people don't want to hear this. A lot of people don't want to hear the fact that we have to, we have to suffer. A lot of people didn't want to hear that you're going to have to wander in the wilderness 40 years when it could have been only an 11-day journey. People don't want to hear that, Israel. But you know what? Stop being wicked. Our people got to stop being wicked. And as long as we keep being wicked, the Most High is going to use these heathens to destroy us.
It's working.
Guess what? Police are going to keep shooting our people down. And guess what? Nothing's going to be done about it. They'll get some picket signs and march around the neighborhood for a few times and everything, and then go into the churches and pray and sing, but then it dies down. Then guess what? Somebody else gets shots, and it happens over and over and over repetitively.
You know what, Israel? Right? I want y'all to look up in the scriptures where just like type in the keyword remnant, right? A remnant is a small amount. You ever notice in the scriptures when it always talks about us as a people, it says that there's going to be a remnant left. Right? A remnant, that's not a large amount of people. That's a small amount. There's going to be a small amount of y'all left, so that, a small part of the whole cluster of the grape that we used to have. Right? We used to be labeled as the stars of the sky, right? Sand of the sea. Man, that's a damn near innumerable amount. Now it goes down to talk about that in the latter days, it's only going to be a remnant of us. That's a small amount, Israel. Right? It's going to be a remnant that's going to be saved. That's like you know what I'm saying? Come on now. We got to really get it together here. It's not going to be a lot. So like other times to come, I don't want our people thinking that we're about to have a heyday up in here. It's not. It only gets worse from here. I know y'all, oh, Brother Daniel, Modern Brotherhood, they're always preaching doom and gloom. That's what the scriptures say. Yep. What does the scripture say is about to happen? Doom and gloom, right? So we want to get y'all ready for it, because you could die at any moment. And do you want to die keeping the commandments, right? Standing on all four, right? Standing on your 2 feet, right? Girded up with the breastplate of righteousness, or do you want to die in wickedness?
Let me show you something.
Participating with these, with all these other nigglets and niggas is doing around here.
Let me let me show you something right. Let me show you something right quick, Israel.
Pull it up.
Check this out. Check this out. Y'all want to know? Y'all about to get pissed off when y'all see this one, because y'all gonna get mad. Hold on. That's not it. That's not it. It was the immigrants about to get $5,000, y'all. $5,000 for coming in. Let me bring this out. When I saw this stuff, I was like, man, you got to be kidding me. But hey, it's no surprise. All right. This is what they're doing. Because the scripture says that. The scripture says that the stranger shall get very high above you.
That's right.
All right. And that's exactly what's happening.
They'll never say you're gonna come up unless Hamashiach comes back on the earth.
Check this out. In Arizona, you can look this up. You can't make this stuff up. GOP candidate says migrants given 5,000 gift cards, $5,000 gift cards. You are
hey, hello. Let me read that real quick. Let me read that line. Where it says Mark Lamb. It says Mark Lamb, an Arizona sheriff who's running for the U.S. Senate as a Republican, said he had learned that immigrants crossing the border illegally were being given $5,000 prepaid Visa cards. Federal agencies denied knowledge of such a scheme, and Lamb offered no evidence to support his claim on X, formerly known as Twitter. He also did not say how widespread alleged practice was. A $5,000 payment to each family crossing the border would cost many millions of dollars to pay, a program of a scale that at large would be difficult to keep under the radar. However, right, if you notice that, Brother Daniel and myself, we've also showed there's plenty of reports, right, from these various news stations of this very things would be true. And then you know what, that's how you know, right? We're about to go to a cashless society, right? Because they are printing money out of thin air. And how do you back this kind of stuff? How do you back this kind of stuff? We're about to go into a cashless society, right? Which will do what? Which will implement the mark of the beast. That's what's going to happen. It's going to implement the mark of the beast, where you're going to be forced to try to get some kind of, mark on you, either your hand or your forehead. That's going to have your information on it, your debit card, your credit card, whatever the case may be, your credit score, your credit social score, whatever they're going to, do in the future here, right? In order for you to buy or sell to get anything, right, man? Our people think it's a game, right, man? Even when we got booted out of Israel, man, it was so bad that the curses are on us that we was eating our own people, right? We had turned to cannibalism.
And that's bad, that's crazy, Israel, and that just goes back to show you that how much wickedness we were doing. It's crazy. Let me just show y'all right quick. Let me pull up this to show y'all. So and I'm not making this up. I'm gonna pull up Deuteronomy 28 and 43.
That's right. Better not take it.
Yeah, I mean, this is, I don't know, Israel. This is, I mean, people people gonna have to just realize and look. And I know it's crazy. Like Brother Eitan said, it seems like we are, because that's the only thing that Israel has to look forward to is doom and gloom, because they keep being wicked. We don't want to
teach you, for you sisters out there, right? It's time for y'all. And the brothers that are not working, but the sisters, if y'all are blessed enough or you got a husband that provides with you and you have spare time, man, learn how to grow stuff, right? Learn how to grow crops and certain things like that, and then pass that knowledge on to your seeds, right? To your daughters or whatnot, so they can learn. So in the future, right, when our people have to go through something like this, man, they'll be trained up, right? We got to start seeing into the future, not just what's going on right now, because our people, that's how we're so wicked. That's how we're quick to fall, because we see what's going on right now. I was talking to my father the other day, my pops, and I was like, Pops, man, imagine us, all of us Hebrews, we just stopped celebrating Christmas for just one year, just like everybody, and nobody went online, no ignorant ass nigga and start talking about another. Everybody just silently, we just backed away from the heathen. Man, all you see in the stores is nothing but heathens on Christmas days, and they're the ones celebrating, but all the Hebrews, right, we're in the house chilling. You know what I'm saying? We're in the house chilling, reading our scriptures, right, doing stuff. Man, we just stop celebrating their holidays, right? But our people, we can't think on that level because we don't keep the commandments. We're not able to come to that kind of knowledge of warfare, of spiritual warfare, on how to get out of this situation. Man, just imagine that as the people. We're not going to do that though, right?
Mhm.
Some of our people are the biggest fools out there. You see them dressed up in 4th of July outfits and all this other stuff when we was getting our backs beat in 1776.
And you know why we like that, man? You know why people like that? Because our people, for the most part, are always looking for acceptance. So what happens? What do you do when you look for acceptance? You become, or you try to act like the people that persecute you. You try to become them. So our people, when it comes to these, like you were saying, what if all our people just sat back and chilled, and didn't go out and spend? Well, just imagine if only 20% of our people that didn't do that. That would still be enough to make ripples. But our people are so caught up with being wanting to be accepted. They want to be a part of something. That's our people have. We suffer from the largest of Stockholm syndrome.
All right.
I mean, that wanting to be accepted, wanting to fit in is constantly, man. It's like a delusional drug, and that stuff's like indoctrination. I learned that is one of the hardest things to break.
And they got you.
Yeah, people grew up in these Christian churches, and in these seminaries, man, they're owned by the heathens. So when you go to these seminaries, man, you go through a brainwashing, and now you got some heathens with your book telling you how your book should read.
You gotta remember, Israel. Just think about the way these heathens have really like watch this, right? From the early years, right? You didn't have these televisions and you didn't have all of this stuff, right? You had the ability to go outside, right? You had the ability to look around and to see and really interact with God's creations. Nowadays, right? Nowadays, like they want the men and the women working. They want all your time, right? They don't want you to think for yourself. They don't want you a minute's thinking, because guess what you do when you get off work? A lot of y'all go home and y'all either y'all watch TV, all right? Y'all y'all on the internet, looking at the social media. Y'all have gotten to one heathen establishment and then jump right into the next heathen establishment. Right? Your mind is always just locked into what the heathen wants you to what the heathen wants you to think about. Right? You don't never put time into, just go outside and look at the wonders that the Most High God has done. Right? That is infinitesimally, right? That's an infinite more times amazing than any iPhone or MacBook or whatever the case may be, right? But we've lost that. Listen, we've lost that to the point that now we just listen to whatever the heathen say, whatever the heathen they put on the YouTube or whatever they put on the Facebook or whatever the app you got that you spend most of the tiki-taki or whatever it is that you spend your time on, right? That's just what it is. You go from being in one heathen thing, man, you working 8 hours, 10 hours, however long you work, and then you come home and you're straight into social media or whatever it is.
Yeah. And they got it to the point, man, where they got our people so hooked. Like, for example, I'll give you a prime example. When I deal with my people, especially the ones who are awakened, because they'll be like, well, I agree with you, brother. We don't celebrate the holidays and everything, but we do get together with family members because it's the only time we can get with family members. I'm like, you got the feast days to get together with family members. Why do you have to get together on a heathen day that's deemed a holiday? Think about it. Why? But see, this is how the heathens got our people, because even though it's like our people will say, well, I don't really celebrate the Christmas, I don't really celebrate the Thanksgiving, but because everybody's off work and that's the only time that we can come together with family members. I'm like, no, it's not. I said, if you're a true believer, you celebrate the feast days and honor the feast days that the Most High has given us, not these holidays. But that's just how people get caught up, man. It's just like the heathens got this thing like on lockdown, like literally. That's why, like during these holidays, they make sure that people are off. Why? Because it forces families to come together.
God.
Why everything is closed on these holidays. Just like when this Christmas holiday is going to come around, everything's going to be closed.
All right.
Why? Because
Christmas is an old holiday.
Yeah, and family members are going to be forced to come together. So even the ones in Israel, this is the problem that Israel has, and this is what they don't understand. Like these heathens have got this thing so locked down to the point where it's forcing our people to go out and spend money, on these holidays. And with last year, I have to pull up the report, but I know last year was like 1.2 trillion that so-called Israel spent. And man, we only make up like 13% of the U.S. population.
40 million out of like 150 million heathen,
Yeah.
and a few million other
Yeah.
types of nations.
So it's like 350 million total in the US. So if we make up 13, that small percentage, how in the hell are we spending 1.4 trillion? Man, that is ridiculous.
It's thirsty, man. Thirsty for
But
wickedness.
then when you look up the stats, like people normally, like they've done a study, like people who are normally at the bottom like that or who are in poverty tend to spend more, even though it's not that much because they don't make that much, but they tend to spend a lot more in small volumes. But then when you add up all the spending between all of Israel, it adds up. All that spending power, 1.2 trillion, really, man. And guess what? And it's like it's getting worse. It's like even more of our people are going to go out, man. I hear our people all the time. Israel. They're not in the faith, but they're talking about, oh, I'm going out, man. I'm doing all my shopping on Amazon. I'm buying this, I'm buying that, and they talking about what they're gonna get and everything, and man, it's crazy. I'm about to spend like 5,000 this time.
This is wicked, man.
I'm like,
I mean, Israel. I birthday of Hamashiach, right? And December.
Hey, you broke off there for a minute on the last one. I don't know what happened.
Khan, can you hear me?
Yeah,
can you hear me now? All right, Khan,
you said because you broke off.
Yeah, okay. Well, the heathens, they say that Hamashiach was born. That was when he's born. In the dead of winter. In the dead of winter, he was out in the manger, and the disciple. I mean, and the three wise men were out in the open field chilling. Come on, man. Come on, man. Are you serious? That's not how it goes down. You wouldn't be out in the manger in the dead of winter when it's cold, right? That's not what is going on. We all know that what it says that near the Passover, right? That was a gift for Hamashiach. They went which means what? That's in the spring. That's when it was born, right? We don't celebrate Christmas or anything like that. And it says in Jeremiah 10 because this is an old holy day. I mean that's an old pagan ritual, right? That day. It says, "Hear ye the word, right? Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel." Right? Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen. Don't be doing what the heathen does, in other words, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. For the customs of the people are vain, right? It means that don't mean nothing. When one cutteth the tree out the forest, and the worketh of the hands of the workmen with the axe, right? So we chop it, you know what I mean, out of the woods, which they do today to these little Christmas trees or whatever. They deck it with silver and gold, same thing they do today. They fasten it with nails and hammers that it move not, right? So if you got one of them tree stands, right? So, instead of having a tree stand there, they would fasten it down with hammers and nails so it wouldn't move. It's the same thing, right? The upright is a palm tree, but speak not, but their needs be born. Meaning that these people, they were worshiping these things back in the day, right? I mean, you can't worship an inanimate object, right? And think that the Most High is going to be looking out for you, right? It just doesn't go like that.
Yeah, it goes all the way back to Nimrod because Nimrod was a decorated person. Again, all you gotta do is your research. But like I was saying earlier, Israel, these heathens really have our people on lockdown because, and I know even some of you, a lot of you, your family members are not in the truth, and then you have to explain to them, hey, I don't worship, I don't celebrate in these days, and then you're pressured like, well, I mean, man, y'all just coming over to have fun with the family members. It ain't no big deal. What's wrong with that? Y'all just coming over to have fun with the family members, play with the kids and things like that. And you sitting there have to explain to them, look, we don't partake 100% in that stuff. We do not touch it. We do not even acknowledge it. So even bringing our kids over there with family members that celebrate the Thanksgiving, we can't do. We're not doing that. We're not doing that on that day. Now, if you want to get together as a family member, I'll tell you what. I'll give you the calendar. You can see all the feast days. We can take some time off work. Y'all want to get together then? We can get together then.
That's right.
But you got to be strong, Israel, because I know that the pressures that I get a lot of emails and people who are pressured because a lot of you came out, woke up, came out of this faith. You were at one time, celebrating the holidays. Let's just keep it real. And these same family members you were celebrating with, and now it's like you used to celebrate. You used to come to our house on Thanksgiving. What's wrong? You too good now for family members? You too good to visit your family on Thanksgiving now? You too good to see your families on Christmas Day? Oh, you too good to bring your kids over here now? We're supposed to be family. You see how the pressure comes in, Israel, and they
Uh,
start, trying to put that on you.
that's in
Oh,
the
trust me,
spirit of wickedness.
I know y'all go through it.
I'm not getting together with you in the spirit of
Yeah,
wickedness. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like,
yeah,
but you don't want to
yeah,
get together with me on the Feast
yeah,
of Tabernacles. You don't want to get together with me and eat
exactly.
lamb, right, on the Passover, right, and worship our deliverance. You don't want to do none of that, though.
I invited family members to come with me on the feast days. Oh, I gotta work. I gotta work. Okay, so take off. I'm telling you like 3 months in advance. You know, well, I gotta work that day and this and that. They don't want to do that, but then they want to criticize you for not coming to spend time with them on a damn holiday.
I mean, that's so retarded. Like, all these
Yeah.
days were beaten to you. They were beat into your forefathers, right? Your ancestors, they was beaten to them for you
Mm-hmm.
to serve their same holidays today, right? I mean, like, even as a people, even if we didn't believe in the scriptures, even if we didn't have the scriptures, we should be able to look outside and look at ourselves and be like, where are my traditions, right? What is my nature as a people? Because I know that I'm different from them,
Mm-hmm.
right? I know that I'm different from them. So where did I come from? Well, like, what is my
Mm-hmm.
language, right? Where did I come from, right? What are my traditions? Why am I still celebrating the traditions that was beat into my people?
Mm-hmm.
Man, we didn't want to celebrate no Thanksgiving and all these days, man. No, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, little
Yeah.
Johnny, man. Hey, you just happened to be off, and then they
Yeah.
gave you a Christmas tree, and you was out there celebrating the same thing as
Yeah.
Master did.
Yep.
Now
And
we're
see,
doing it
this is
today.
yeah, and this is why the heathens make it their duty to make it their job to make sure that everybody, especially our people, try to acknowledge that them holidays by giving people off on a paid at not only just off but off paid time. Like most jobs, even some factory jobs, you get paid for that for being off that day.
God,
Those, these are that's just how treacherous these heathens are, man. They're gonna make sure. Okay, we're gonna make sure that these children of Israel break their commandments and go against their holy Abba. We're gonna give them some paid time off so that they can celebrate our holidays. Are we bad? I mean, that's
I
eh,
don't know.
and it's this every year that goes by. It's like it gets these whole holidays. It gets more and more intense. Like seriously, like I do all my grocery shop like at the beginning of November. I just do a mass grocery shopping. I'll get all my mass stuff, everything that I'm going to have for like the next couple of months, so I don't have to worry about going to the stores and seeing all that mess. Now that's just what I do. I'm not telling you have to do that, but that's just that's just how I plan it. So that way I avoid going into these stores, man. Once a month, I get all my stuff mass, in early November, and
God.
that'll last me up until March. So
All right, Israel. I guess has anybody got any more questions? All right.
mhm,
Well, I guess we'll take a minute or two to answer those.
mhm.
I believe that's it for me.
Somebody has something. It says, did Abraham's father worship a tree? I don't know about that, but I know that Abraham's brothers were into idolatry, and that's why Abraham had to leave. Most High called Abraham out of that, and that's why I think it was Abraham. Yeah, it was one of Abraham's brothers, the one who had Lot. If you read the book of Jasher, it explains all that and everything. So, but Abraham did separate from all that stuff, and right before Abraham's brother died, he agreed to keep Lot with him and everything, his nephew. So,
God.
yeah.
All right.
Mm,
All right, Israel. Brother Dan, you had anything else for the people, man?
no, Israel, but again, just you know, um, y'all know how we roll and everything. But Israel, you're all gonna have to put in the work yourselves. You're gonna have to stand strong against your family members that's trying to get you to break the commandments and celebrate with them on holidays. And then maybe this is a time for you to educate them. Let them know what these holidays are all about. Tell them what's up. That some of them are gonna listen, and most of them are not gonna listen. But hey, at least that you planted the seed and everything. But other than that, Israel, that is all I have. Wait a minute, I think we got something. Somebody's asking something here. So it says, is it okay to take advantage of deals at stores made for holidays?
I don't see why not.
You know, I mean,
Who cares?
like I
You
mean,
know,
that's
you're not
not.
celebrating it. You're not celebrating the holiday, and they want to throw deals on them days. Hey man, I really don't see a problem with you know what I'm saying, with doing that. As long as you're not you know, doing any deals on the Shabbat or any of the holy days, or you know what I'm saying, breaking any commandments. Man, who gives a damn, man?
Yeah, me personally, like I'm just me. I'm not a big shopper or anything like that. And even when they do stuff, I've never done like the deals like that. You know how like they have the cyber, what you call it, Cyber
Cyber
Tuesday,
Mondays or Cyber.
Black Friday. You know, I never went out shopping on those days because it's like I don't know. I just after match, I don't want to be out in the crowd and all that kind of stuff. And to me, it seems like it's a scam anyway because they'll use that. They'll say it's a sale, but really it's not because you know you're probably paying more stuff than anything. So, but yeah, that's just my opinion on that. So,
I shop online a lot anyway. I don't even go out anymore.
yeah, everything that I get anyway is on Amazon. So I barely go out like that. But all right, Israel. Hey, we look forward to come back to you on Wednesday night. We'll get into our heritage.
Hey, hold up! I'll pull that calendar up one time for the Yehudian.
Yeah. Give me a second. Let me pull it up.
Yeah, brother. Yeah, we need you to take off. Well, the Most High needs you to take off on Thursday. Right. As far as the commandment, that'll be the new moon for us, right? He needs you to take off on the new moon. I'll say that.
Yeah, you can cook. You can cook on that day. It just don't work. All right. Bam. Here we go. Can you see that?
All right. It's coming up. Boom. There it is. Right. It's on the 28th. All right, brother. You said it's on the 28th, the last week of Cheslu.
Yeah, hey brother, if you don't have the calendar, you can go on just go to the Mind of Brotherhood and go to the playlist and the feast days, and then you can download the 23 calendar. Now the 24 calendar we'll put out, but we'll put it out shortly after Purim because we don't want people to get mixed up and thinking that they celebrate Purim for the 2024 instead of 2023. So, but all right, Israel, that's all I have. Do you have anything, brother?
I'm good, brother.
All right, Israel. So I say, I'm going to bid everybody, y'all, hearty Shabbat Shalom.
And stay strong, Israel. Stay strong.